Hi, this is Business Math Assignment AFT1103, Semester September, Session 2020-2021 Video Presentation. We are from Group 20 and I am Dominic Lim Iwei. My metric number is A19A0118. And these are all my team members: Liao Chunming, A19A0240, MARDHIAH FONG, A19A0263, Muhammad Harith bin AZMI, A19A0347. And below are our video presentation. So I will pass to MARDHIAH FONG to present question 1.
Hi everyone, now I will present the question 1. The first thing is the company information. The name of the company is Family Bakery and the address is number 15 Jalan Iskandar 3000 Ipoh, Perak. The owner is Dominic Lim Iwei. Date of establishment is 8 September 2019. Type of business is sole proprietorship. This is our employee profile. In the department operation got 2 employees, and the financial and human resources also got 2 employees. And the most employee is at the department sales. There's got 6 employees. Next is the calculation of regular pay and overtime pay, commission, piecework earning, and gross pay based on the Family Bakery's employee. The additional information is first, bakery house overtime rate is paid at 1.5 times hourly pay. The second, bakery house pay employee on the graded commission start with is 10% when sales over 2,000. And the third, bakery house pays an employee 50 cents for produce each bread and 2 ringgit for produce each cake. Calculate the amount of regular pay was paid for Liao Chunming who work in operation department. The calculation is regular pay equal hourly rate times number of hour worked. So regular pay for Liao Chunming is equal 50 ringgit times 40 times 4. The 40 is the hourly for week, and the 4 times 4 is because a month got 4 weeks. So therefore, Liao Chunming regular rate is 2,400 ringgit. Calculate the amount of overtime paid for Liao Chunming who work in operation department. The calculation is overtime paid equal to overtime rate times overtime hours worked. So overtime paid for Liao Chunming is equal to 50 ringgit times 1.5 and then times 6 hours. So therefore, Liao Chunming's overtime pay is 135 ringgit. Calculate the amount of commission was paid for Yap Sui Ling who work in sales department. The calculation for commission is equal to total sales times commission rate. So commission for the Yap Sui Ling is equal 5,820 ringgit times 10%. Therefore, Yap Sui Ling's commission is 582 ringgit. Calculate the amount of piecework earning for Liao Fong who work in operation department. The calculation piecework earning is equal to number of unit produced times rate per unit. So piecework earning for Liao Fong equal to 50 cents times 684 plus 2 ringgit times 150. The 684 is the number unit of bread, and the 150 is number of unit of cake. So therefore, Liao Fong's piecework earning is 642 ringgit. Calculate the amount of gross pay for employee Liao Chunming work at the operation department. The calculation for gross pay is equal salary, that is regular pay times overtime pay. So gross pay for the LIAW is equal to 2,400 ringgit times 135 ringgit. That's for LIAW's gross pay is 2,535 ringgit. The last one is the payroll report. This is our payroll report. In the payroll report, we can see the total of the gross pay is 25,322 ringgit. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dominic, and now I would like to discuss the table about the interest amount and the amount after the time given. So for the interest amount of the loan from relative, I use 65,000 times 0.07, which is 7 interest times 1.5, which is the 18 months. So I get 6,825. For the future value of loan from relative, we use the 65,000 times the 1 plus 0.07 times 1.5. So we get the total of 71,825. For the future value of loan from bank, we use 165,000 times power of 1 plus 0.005416 power of 84. So we get the total of which is 259,735 and 1 cent. Next is interest amount of loan from bank, which is we use the future value minus the present amount, which is 259,735 and 1 cent minus 165,000. So we get 94,735 and 1 cent. Next is total of interest present amount. We use the own loan plus loan from relative and loan from bank. So we get the total of the interest present amount is 245,000. Next is total amount of interest. So we use the interest of loan from relative plus the interest loan from bank. So we get the total is 101,560 and 1 cent. For the total amount of future value, we use the future value of loan on loan plus the future value of loan from relative and from bank. So we get the total is 346,560 and 1 cent.
Thank you, Chun Ming. I am Dominic Lim Iwei, and now I will present about question 3. First is the machinery used in family bakery. We have 4 machinery in our bakery, which is oven, dough sheeter, vertical mixer, and steamer. So these 4 machines we use as our asset. So our first asset is oven, cost 7,000 ringgit, depreciation rate 5% for 4 years, useful life number of years is 6 years for 10%, and depreciation today is 6,300 ringgit. Next, dough sheeter cost 10,000 ringgit, depreciation rate 8% for 7 years, useful life numbers of years 12 years for 50%, and depreciation today is 8,500 ringgit. Vertical mixer cost 6,500 ringgit, depreciation rate 6% and for 4 years, useful life number of years is 6 years and rate for 8%. Depreciation today is 5,980 ringgit. And last asset is steamer, cost 3,000 ringgit. Depreciation rate is 4% for 2 years. Useful life numbers of year is 1 year for 5%, and depreciation today is 2,850 ringgit. This is a depreciation schedule for 6 years using declining balance method based on the fixed cost of oven. Now I will show you the counting step for every end of year by 6 years. So in this schedule, we have annual depreciation, accumulated depreciation, and book value at the end of year. So these three sections we need to count by years. For depreciation of a certain year, which is annual depreciation, we can count by dt equal to r times bvt minus 1, which is annual rate of depreciation times by book value of certain years before. So we do, for example, end of year 1. And from the example, we find out that the annual rate of depreciation of end of year 1 is 0.3187. And last, we find out the depreciation of certain year, which is annual depreciation for end of year 1 is 2,230 ringgit 69 cents, which is annual rate of depreciation times by the cost. And for accumulated depreciation, we have the same amount with depreciation of a certain year, which is 2,230 ringgit 69 cents. And lastly, book value of certain years BVT equal to C1 minus R square N. We find out the answer for 4,769 ringgit 4 cents for the end of year 1. With the same counting method, we can see that at the end of year 0, the annual depreciation is 0 and the accumulated depreciation is 0 also, because this asset is new and the book value at the end of year is 7,000 ringgit, same as cost. And the end of year 1, annual depreciation is 2,230 ringgit and 69 cents. Accumulated depreciation as same, 2,230 ringgit 69 cents, and the book value at the end of year is 4,769 ringgit and 4 cents. At the end of year 2, annual depreciation with 1,590 ringgit 95 cents, accumulated depreciation 3,750 ringgit 90 cents, book value at the end of year 3,249 ringgit 10 cents. At the end of year 3, annual depreciation 1,035 ringgit 51 cents, accumulated depreciation 4,786 ringgit 41 cents, book value at the end of year 2,230 ringgit and 59 cents. At the end of year 4, annual depreciation 705 ringgit 49 cents, accumulated depreciation 5,491 ringgit and 90 cents, book value at the end of year 1,508 ringgit 10 cents. At the end of year 5, annual depreciation 480 ringgit 64 cents, accumulated depreciation 5,972 ringgit 54 cents, book value at the end of year 1,027 ringgit 46 cents. And last, in the end of year 6, annual depreciation 327 ringgit 46 cents, accumulated depreciation 6,300 ringgit, and last, book value at the end of year 6, 700 ringgit. Now, slideshow an invoice from Ping H Sendirian Berhad, which is Kitchen Arena invoice, for us to count amount of payment machinery costs. From the invoice date on 1st July 2020, if we pay on 9 July 2020, which is 9 days after invoice, within discount period, so we can get discount 3% from Ping H Sendirian Berhad because we paid within 10 days. If we pay on 22 July 2020, which is 22 days after invoice, we didn't get any discount because we already exceed at 10 days after the invoice and not within discount period. So this is presentation for me. So now I will pass the next part, question 4, to Harith. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Harith bin Azmi. Number matrix A19A0347. Today I gonna be present for the question 4. Based on the bank loan that your company has identified in table 1 at 4.5% compounded monthly is to be amortized by 12 months. Question A. The monthly payment. To solve this question, we use the formula which is A equal to P in bracket I divided by 1 minus in bracket 1 plus I power of negative n. Before that, we must to find the value of P, M, T, N, and I. For the value P is 165,000 we get from the table 1. M is 12 because the question say compounded monthly. T is 1, N is 12, and I is 0.00375. We take all the value to the formula and the answer we get 14,000 at T746 ringgit. Question B. The amortization shall do. Firstly, in the shall do, we must to find the value of interest paid. The formula for the interest paid is I equal PRT. For the value P is 165,000. R 0.047 and T is 12. And the answer is 618.7 ringgit. For the total interest paid is same with interest paid value, which is 618.75 ringgit. Secondly, we must to find the value of principal paid. The formula is A minus I. A for the monthly payment and I for the interest paid. And the answer is 13,468.71 ringgit. The answer still same for the total principal. The value of total paid is same with monthly payment, which is 14,000 at T7.46 ringgit. To get the value ending balance, the formula is beginning balance minus principal paid. For the beginning balance, the value is 1,065 ringgit minus 13,468.71 ringgit. And the answer is 151,531.29 ringgit. Continue for the next month until the last month with all the formula to get all the value. Ending balance for the last month, which is negative 0.03. That's all. Thank you.